because it's Wednesday. It's our new crafting day. Let me raise my chair up a little bit. Welcome to Wednesday. To Wednesday. It's the new day of lives. Exciting. So even though it's not going to look like a Walt Disney Wednesday today, it's going to be a Walt Disney Wednesday eventually because we're going to be doing some steps on these cups. So I've got Starbucks cups today that you can get for like $3 at Starbucks, which I love. And I did this live yesterday with my members and we chatted about business stuff. And I did this with them. And so I experimented with them and I think I like it. So we are going to do it today in this video, but we're also going to seal this one so that we can get it ready for a decal. We are using the Epoxy Method, which is where you put the epoxy on and then you dump the glitter. And it's very messy. As you can see, it leaves a lot of glitter, but you can either put a piece of paper that's folded underneath, which I don't have right now, or you can make magic glitters, which I've started to do. I'm going to keep all this mixed and put it into a jar later, and we can use it as a magic glitter. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. It has a lot of glitters in it, but the chunky doesn't, we're going to use chunkies only today. And I have 9 right here, but I have 10 actual chunkies, so I can't remember which one I'm missing, and I don't know where it is. It must be in my house somewhere where I've been crafting. So we are gonna just jump right into it and get crafting. So Wednesdays are no longer just gonna be like hangouts and chats. Those are for Tuesdays for my members, where I might experiment with some crafts and talk about business stuff and my keto drinks and all that. But for these videos, I'm just gonna stick right to crafting. So if you miss that chatty chat stuff, you're gonna have to be a member, which is not so sad because our membership is pretty awesome and there's a lot of you guys that are loving it so far. So if you guys are a member already, comment in the description or the comments and let us know. I'm using my silicone cup today, which I talked to you guys yesterday about in the membership, and what the future of those looks like. Oh, you know what I did? Crap, I knew I did that. Okay, good thing I have Alumalite. Hold on. Ooh, we're gonna do a science experiment today. We're gonna see if Alumalite can seal over the Envirotex. So I used Envirotex for this, and I'm gonna use Alumalite. Take note. All right, first up, I'm gonna put my hair at least behind my shoulders because that can be all bad. Take note, what I accidentally did yesterday, and I had a feeling I did it, and I'm now realizing I did it, is I accidentally switched the lids. Yikes. Which means that it became epoxy, because both of these are liquid until they mix together. I basically mixed them together and turned them into, so luckily I'm already down to here in the bottle, and I've made probably like 20 cups with this one kit, which is $30 at Michael's, but you can use your 50% off coupon, so $15, like $1 a cup. No, that comes out to less than that. I'm going to be doing a business live with you guys on how to price out your products and all the things. Okay, adjust the hair before I get working with the epoxy, because once I'm working with it, I can't put my hands in my hair. Gotta remember that. Okay, so I'm going to use the Alumalite. Ooh, it comes with little cups. That's fun. And I'm going to show you guys what's cool about these cups. These are from my last 3 cups that I've done, and I've just left them sitting. You guys can see I use way too much epoxy all the time. So these are our silicone cups that are going to be out pretty soon, and they come with your Spin It pre-order, as well as the silicone mat that will come out. But look at what happens. It comes out in a solid piece and you can reuse your cup again. So that's why we use these silicone cups. And I have a clean one for today, but I just wanted to show you guys because I have 3 that I've just kind of used new cups every time, but they just like pop right out. You got a fresh, clean cup. And look at how much epoxy I've been wasting. This is the problem, is I need to get used, well, either that or I need to get more spinnets and more cup turners, because I could have done like 4 cups at once with all this epoxy. So even though I'm to the bottom of my cup. I could have done far many more cups. You guys see those? I don't want them to get in the way though while we're making things today. So I'm gonna throw them away. And then I'm gonna be coming out with some videos on what you can do with, like, if you have any leftover epoxy. And you can take some of this glitter mess and you can use it and mix it all together and put it onto cute things. I've got one video already scheduled to go up, and then I'll do some lives with you guys on like different things that you can do with it. It'll be fun. Okay, so those are my 3 clean cups now, but I'm going to use a fresh clean cup just because I want to. And all right, so I'm pretty sure this is the same exact stuff, just different brand, quality, all the things. I knew I did that, so I just need to make sure I put the lid on after I do each part. So this has a measuring cup on the inside. I just hold it up to the light. I'm only gonna go 10 milliliters, and I'm gonna do both cups with 10. So 10 milliliters of each. I can already tell this is a lot thicker than the Envirotex. And I know technically you should measure on a flat surface, but I think I can figure it out. So this is the Alumalite. I thought I bought the same brand. Apparently I did not. I got both of them at Michael's, I believe. And I just keep baby wipes in my drawer right here, just in case. This is much thicker. It takes a little bit more. Okay, this one's not as thick. But it takes a little bit longer to show where it's going. So I'm going to do 20 milliliters total, 10 of each. And I just do it right in the same cup because ain't nobody got no time to be wasting 2 cups. Although when we have the silicone cups, it's not that big of a deal. Although cleaning part A, like cleaning the 2 parts, they never harden if they're separate. So it's kind of annoying. That's not the FDA compliant one. Okay, so this one is not the FDA compliant one. Which one? Which one is not? Because this is the one, oh, this one. Is it because it's like a different type of resin? Alumalite Amazing Clear Cast complies with FDA. It's the FDA compliant one. So I'm just going to say that because it's written on the box. But I do want to say that you should do this in a well-ventilated area. I took a break from doing cups for a while, and then I did one yesterday and realized I had a headache that I had before when I was doing cups. And I'm going to start moving, once the weather gets better, I'm going to put a little table outside to do these tutorials with you guys because I can't handle having headaches like that. Or do them in the garage with the door open or something. I don't know. Got to figure something out. So the key here is to mix slowly for a good while because you want every part A to mix with part B, and you don't want any parts not to be mixed, otherwise they'll stay sticky on your cup. So I thought you were using the purple one, LOL. Sorry, no, I'm using the blue one. So this is not the FDA compliant one? Ooh, that's what I've been using. Because that's scary, because that's the one that's been giving me a headache. Do you guys have any experience with the 2 different ones? This is not the one I'm using right now. I'm using the Alumalite, which people always call it Alumalite, and I didn't realize that's what it is. It's like Alumalite, and it's the Amazing Clear Cast. So Alumalite is the brand. Amazing Clear Cast is what it is, I guess. But have you guys had experience with both? And if you have a headache, have you gotten it? Because I get headaches with that one, the purple one. So we'll see if I get a headache from this one. Although it'd be a bad experiment because I still came into this room when this one was drying. So I may still get, okay. So you can kind of feel when it's done too. It's not as thick. It's pretty simple. Okay, so what we're gonna do is let's do this cup first. So where can you guys see the best? On the spinet or on, you guys can see on the spinet pretty good. I am going to turn it just a little bit like this so you guys can see it, and we're gonna use the spinet for this part. Okay, I gotta make the inside bigger. And you wanna make sure your cup is even on the Spin It. If you guys didn't know, the Spin It comes out every Thursday on our website for pre-order. We launch 100 of them. You just have to search Spin It on shopauntitay.com. But it does come out every Thursday for pre-orders, and it will not be shipped to you though until October. And because of that, we are shipping you a free silicone kit, which comes with cups and my mat that is coming out soon, and some finger covers and a stir stick. So you get that because you have to wait so long, because this bad boy is not on the market yet, but we will be selling it on shopauntitay.com. So I'm just going to give it a turn and look at it and make sure it's even. It is a little wonky, so you just want to make sure that the cup is even. So you can kind of loosen it and adjust it and then tighten it again and then give it a turn. Now it's even more wonky. No, I can't do it while it's doing that. I don't want to break it. That's the one thing about the Spin It is it's like, it's delicate, but it's nice. Like it works good, but it's delicate. But it's so dainty and little that I was like, okay, do I want to buy a 4-cup turner, or do I want to buy 4 of these to have in my craft room or outside or wherever I'm going to be doing this? Okay, it looks pretty even. It doesn't have to be perfectly even, but you don't want it to be super crazy. And slanted cups, if you use a ton of epoxy, the epoxy will eventually run and make a bubble. So we want to get a very thin coat for this method. This is different than the method that I shared with you guys on YouTube. The method on YouTube is great. It's actually one of my favorites, and it's where you put your glitter into your epoxy and then go on this. But because we're doing this like cool, random, colory, marbly design, and I didn't want it to be fully covered because I wanted the logo to still stick through, because I'm going to put a Disney logo over it. We're going to put a princess, an Ariel princess on this one. And then you guys help me decide what princess we should make this cup before I do it. I've got 9 of my colors right here. I have Steamboat, which is in like black and silver. I have Kitty, which is in purple and green. I have these silvers. So pick a princess and we'll try to go with the princess. The turner is on my website, shopauntitay.com. If you are a member, you get 10% off that. You get 10% off as a member, but if you're a member, you get 20% off my entire website, and everybody in the world gets free shipping over $75. So I always let my people know to wait till you're ready to stock up on all your craft supplies, and if you're a member, you get your 20% off. And so we sell vinyl and HTV and packs and glitter, and we're going to be launching some new products that our members know about, and I'm going to be talking about with you guys as the time comes. I'm going to pop some of these bubbles. Okay, I should really have 2 gloves on, but I don't, so I'm just going to start. And yes, I know I need to get smaller gloves. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit, and we're going to slowly work it all the way around. I think I already can tell that I like the Alumalite better than the other brand, the Envirotex. So I'm just going to slowly, a very thin coat, like very thin. And then I'm going to turn this just a little bit. And we're going to get a little bit more. You're going to notice, if you watched my live yesterday as the members, I was a little bit more crazy just because we were kind of experimenting. And that's where I'm going to kind of like learn things. I think I'm going to experiment with you guys next week on watercolor tumblers. And then if it works out, we'll go live on Wednesday with the regular people. But yeah, so I experimented yesterday, and I kind of was just like dumping all the epoxy on, and I did like a extra layer of epoxy, which you're not supposed to do, but I tried it anyways with them, and it didn't work out too bad. Did I do, yeah, I did this cup live. I can show you guys a couple cups. I might not show you guys because they're for videos. Okay, I'm going to turn it to right here because there's a big gap. And I still got to save some for my next layer of the other one, because we want to get, this is the one thing about doing the epoxy and glitter method is on my YouTube channel, I showed you how to do the epoxy, the glitter in the epoxy method, which gets you to kind of like a smooth texture right away. So you can put a decal on it right after this step. But with the step we're doing right now, we are going to need to do a whole nother, we're gonna get to this step, let this dry for 8 hours and you'll get to this point, and then we will seal this, and then you can put your tumbler or your decal on it. So at Starbucks, yes, these are Starbucks $3. They started out as $2, and now everyone loves them so much, and I'm drinking out of one right now. But they are $3 now because I think they realized how popular they were. And I think you get 10 cents off every drink, but I just use them for my homemade drinks now. And if anybody doesn't know, this is my new homemade drink. It's a Bai drink, B-A-I. You can get them at Costco or anywhere in the world pretty much, which are keto-friendly drinks. And I mix it with heavy whipping cream and some MCT oil, which is a monotriglyceride. It's a natural fat that is like derived from avocados, and it helps you boost your ketones, which makes you lose more fat faster. But it also gives you less brain fog and helps you with your I'm gonna turn this off and make sure it's on there good. And I'm going to clean the bottom. People asked yesterday what I do to the bottoms of my cups, and so far I do nothing to them because I'm afraid. Okay, so I'm going to take this off slowly because I want to put it back on because I only have one handy. See what I did there? Right now. But I'm going to take this off, and I am going to pull out a baby wipe to make sure I got all the stuff off my shirt. Do Maleficent. Ooh, that would be fun. Do you guys like my shirt? This is one of our SVGs that is available to our members. It's actually in a bundle. It's in the 90s bundle. This is Reptar from, what's the movie? What's the show? The one thing about the Spin It is it is a little loud. So I'm going to be yelling at you guys. But if this was the Mod Podge method, we would have to start working pretty fast here because the Mod Podge would start drying. But epoxy takes like 8 hours to fully dry, and so I'm gonna make sure this is super tight on there because I think it's getting loose. I'm gonna clean the bottoms just before I even do glitter. Do you hear how loud it is? It's getting louder as I've started to use it more and more, which is gonna kind of be an issue, but let me make sure I get it on there really good before I start putting glitter. Okay, I'm gonna tighten it. Righty, tighty, lefty, loosey. Am I loosening it or am I tightening? I'm tightening it. Okay, let's get that going again. Okay, so now we are just gonna go, so with our chunky glitters, some of them have fine glitter mixed into them, which means they have a lot more coverage. So when I was doing this with some of my chunkies, I was noticing that as soon as I hit it with this color, it started covering completely because this has a fine in it. That's the color we're missing, which is my favorite. So we're not going to use that color today. But this is our Agrabah color, and it's gorgeous. It has a fine mixed into it. But we use Cheshire and I think Once Upon a Dream on this. I think those are the only three I used. But today, I want to go crazy with some other colors. Where do you get your printable vinyl HTV and stickers? So you can get those at shopauntietay.com. We have printable HTV, we have printable vinyl, and we have printable sticker paper. And our sticker paper is top of the line, will not jam your printer sticker paper. And then our printable HTV, OC Vintage Charm has been doing some fun stuff with the HTV and the vinyl, if you guys want to check out some projects that somebody has done with them. Okay, so this is reminding me of some colors that I need. So let's do Maleficent, and let's use Steamboat with the black, and then let's do some purple. She's purple, right? She's like purple and black and white. Where do you get, yeah, that's where you get your printable HTV. Hey, hey, and remember, you get 20% off if you're a member. So purples and blacks, that would make me fun, and maybe some silvers. So we're going to do kind of the, I'm branching you guys easily into the geode. Well, I'm branching myself into it easily because the geode is like super cool, and but I watched one tutorial and I was like, I could do that, and then I started with this and I liked this, so I was like, I'm not going to ruin it by practicing, even though it's a $3 cup, but you know, we've got glitter and stuff. So I think what I want to do, none of these, this one has a little fine in it, but I don't think it's gonna have much cover. Well, okay, let's go in with this and cover the whole cup in this because there's no fine, there's just medium and large. So it's not going to cover the cup completely. It's going to kind of give it that polka dotted glitter look, and you can just keep going with it as much as you want until you've got your desired coverage. So one thing I like about the chunkies is there's a lot of room for error, because there's a lot of room for error because you don't make error, or is there not a lot of room? Not a lot of room for error? Not a lot of room for error. I think that's the way you say it. But I'm not going to cover too much on the bottom because I want to go in with the black. So I kind of want to make the top pretty full with purple, and then I'll go in a little bit more because the black is going to cover that purple on the bottom. So we're just going to sprinkle it on. So we're going to get two different looks, but same setup of cups that we're doing. That's what I love about the chunky, is it takes a little bit longer and it doesn't lose the you don't lose glitter. I didn't grab any fine because I'm seeing how it's mixing with the purple fine down there, and I love it. So hold on, let me go get some fine glitter really quick. Ooh, I have this magic mix too, which has purple in it from yesterday. I might use that, but I'm gonna use Best Day Ever, and I'm gonna try to slowly dump a little bit on there. I don't know. This is Best Day Ever mixed with some of our chunky from yesterday. I just don't want it to be too, because once it hits this, it's like coverage, major coverage. So I don't want it to be too covered. So I gotta go very slow with it. Very slow. Like, I do not want it to come out all over the cup, because I do want to leave a little bit of epoxy showing, because that's going to have to be there to hold the black on. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this, and I'm going to try to cover completely with this. Let me mix this up because it's got fine in there as well, and I want the fine to come out of the bottle with the chunkies. So we're doing Maleficent because that's what I saw one comment say. So you win. You're getting the Maleficent today. And I'm going to do this. And then the nice thing is it will cover the epoxy. So if I want to go in with fine after, if there's epoxy that is still kind of showing, it'll stick to that spot, but it will also, it'll not cover up the big chunkies because there's no epoxy on top of the chunky. So I'm going to slowly, gradually put it up over the purple. And then, so I designed you guys your Disney Starbucks SVGs, which I was so excited to start cutting out this morning, and I was going to do a couple of these cups with you guys. And the SVG got all funky when I put it into Design Space. So I got to go look at what I did there. Okay, so I am going to, I like the purple. I wish it was a little darker up at the top. I may mix in just a titch of Keep Swimming, just because it's got a little bit of a darker color to it, and it might, with the eye, make the light purple and the dark blue kind of make a purpley color. That's not bad. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and dump our Happy Mix. I don't know what to call these, our Magic Mix. I saw somebody in a tutorial doing it, and she was just like mixing all the glitters together on the bottom, and I was like, are you wasting it? And they're like, no, she mixes it into magic mixes. And I was like, ooh, that's fun. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and dump this on the bottom because I want it to go to a solid color at the bottom. But again, it's not going to really stick to the top of those chunky glitters because they are, they don't have epoxy on the top of them. Oh, I love that. I like want to quit while I'm ahead. That's the thing I'm learning with these cups, is like sometimes you quit while you're ahead and it turns out great, and sometimes you mess it up if you don't quit while you're ahead. So I'm going to clean off the bottom of this cup just by holding my baby wipe in one spot and letting the cup turner do its job. I guess that's its job. You have one job, just to spin. Yep. Spin it, and that is your job. So I like to keep the bottom just cleaned off because, and then also the rim cleaned off because the lid has to fit back on. But I like to keep it clean because I don't like it to get any bubbles or bumps that I have to worry about later. I'm going to get a couple of these chunky pieces that are just kind of hanging out all alone. Make sure those are off. And then again, I clean the rim because these are good, nice because you don't drink off the rim. You drink out of a straw. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to make sure this is even because it just keeps getting uneven. And you don't want it to be uneven while it's drying. I think I made it worse. Don't break. I'm gonna ruin it. Okay, I'm just gonna let it dry like that. There's not that much epoxy on there. Okay, so that will get you in 6 to 8 hours, or in 5 hours you can pretty much take it off and let it dry somewhere else if you want to use your spinet again. Or if you have one of these ones, you can put it on the drying rack and start on a new cup. But it takes about 5 hours. It'll still be very sticky in 5 hours, but it won't be running, so you can take it off the spinet. It doesn't have to keep spinning. And then you've got to wait till it's completely dry before you do the next layer, which is where we're at with this cup and we're about to do right now. So what I'm going to do is put a layer of epoxy that we already have made over that, and I'm going to let that dry for another 8 hours, or yeah, probably 8 hours, and I'm going to put a decal on it and seal over that decal. If I have time, I'll do that live. If not, I'll push it off till next week and do it with you guys live, or I'll just make more and we can do more together. But I don't have any time to do that this week because I'm busy designing for the members and updating the website. So let me get this on here. So let's pop this bad boy on to our football. Now this doesn't mean I have to be done with this either. Like I could go in with another layer of epoxy and do a paint over this. But again, I liked this cup, so I'm going to stockel them ahead. The cool thing is these are $3 cups, so I can experiment all I want. I was experimenting on expensive cups earlier, and these I actually like even more anyways, because I actually drink out of these like every day of my life. And then if I'm making them for like my kids' friends and stuff, it's such a cheap, fun gift you can give. And wait till we got the decals on them, because I made a decal. I'm making decals for all of the characters, and so I want to make cups for all the characters too, of course. Alright, let's turn on this bad boy. And this guy is a lot quieter, but he's a lot bulkier, but I love him. Got him at the Crazy Crafter Convention. He is made by Cup Turners and More on Etsy. So if you want a cup turner, I recommend them. They're awesome. But if you want to wait for the spinet and you don't have space in your craft room, you want this bad boy, then you can wait for that or pre-order and get your cool silicone sets and stuff. So you don't have to have this on while you do your epoxy. And the thing I like about this is you can manually rotate it as well, so you don't have to keep turning it on and off. Oh, this one's gonna be so pretty. I'm so excited about this. The Agrabah glitter is ridiculously pretty, like so pretty. So you can rotate it just like that. And then this is my second layer of epoxy, so you could go in and sand it if you have any big pieces sticking out or if it's uneven, but this cup was pretty even. And the second coat of epoxy, you want to be, if it's your final coat before your, what's going on here? Sorry. For your decal, you do want to get it as smooth as possible. So you definitely want to make sure that you've got a good amount on there, and that's where the spinner comes into really big handy, because it's definitely going to want to self-level, and when you have that thick layer on there, it'll self-level a lot, and you can get lumps if you're trying to do it not on a spinner or some other way. I don't know, does anybody do epoxy on a non-spinner method? I don't think there is. I've not seen one yet. So, but I am coming out with some tutorials on things you can do where you don't have to use a spinner to get the glitter on or anything. So if you just want to do glitter cups to start practicing, you can do things. I'm experimenting a lot, and some things are working out and some things are not so much. And I'm watching other people's tutorials and I'm trying what they do and seeing different versions of things and all the things. So we're gonna be cup masters by the end of this year. Like, by the time this thing comes out, you guys should know exactly how to use it, because there are gonna be a lot of tutorials with this stuff. I hand turn. Yeah, so there are some people who do hand turning, but how do you allow it to dry? Like, wait, like you just sit there for 8 hours turning it? That seems crazy. But yeah, how do you hand turn something? That would be cool to learn if there's a method. Okay, so there's a lot of like streaks, but since it's a thick layer, once it keeps rotating, it's going to level out. I'm gonna take my baby wipe, which you must have on hand when you're doing this at all times, and just clean up the bottom. This one's so much quieter. I wish they were smaller. And then I'm gonna clean up the top. So just put my baby wipe right in there, hold kind of firmly against the cup, and let it wipe any epoxy off. I let it go around a few times just to make sure it gets off. And then also make sure it gets off the rim completely so that the lid will fit when it dries, because once it's dry, it is on there. So again, we used the Alumalite on this one, and we used the Envirotex for the first layer on that, and the Alumalite for the second layer. So that's gonna be, no, this one. This one, we used the Envirotex yesterday on the first layer, and then we used the Alumalite today, and this is on its second layer of epoxy. This is on its first layer that we just did. Alrighty, that was super fun. Okay. So again, if you like my live Tuesday hangouts where we talk about keto and business and random flight issues and things like that, become a member. We have 2 memberships. We are slowly phasing out Patreon completely. I know a lot of you guys are waiting till the 1st to sign up, because it will charge you the day that you sign up with our new membership, and then it'll charge you every month on that same day. So on our Instagram, Tay's Gizmos, Anna has a cool questionnaire set up on our stories, and she's answering questions today, which are super cool. And she's giving you guys some like first-hand responses with some videos and cool things to help you guys answer any of those questions. But if you are a member before April 1st, just be aware that we are building the website still. There's still a lot of stuff being added and a little bit tweaked. So that's literally what I've been doing with my life for the last week, is just getting stuff for the members and the website, and shooting videos for you guys, and screen recordings and all the things, so you guys know exactly how to use it. So just know April 1st, come April 1st, we'll be on a really cool schedule. You guys will probably get like a bundle every single day, because I love making bundles. It's the most like fun. Like I wake up and I just think like I want to make a bundle for my members. But since I'm putting so many up, I can't just focus on one at a time right now. So become a member. They're $8 or $13. $8 is for our crafting tier, which gets all of our SVGs, all of our printables, all of our partner coupons, 20% off our shop Auntie Tay. And then our $13 tier, which is our business tier, is going to be tailored just to business owners, and we've got lots of cool things on teaching you how to do business stuff. This cup looks so good. I'm looking at it in that screen. I can't see it that much. If you want to see it more on YouTube, it's on YouTube a little bit better. But this cup looks good too. It's very Maleficent-y. Part of me wants to put more on it. What do you think? Should I make the purple go a little higher? And you know what I actually want is, there's a few stars that are covered up on the bottom. I want to make sure that those are predominant. So this is where I got to yesterday, and I wanted to do more layers, so I went in with some more epoxy. It didn't get horrible. I did it on this one. It wasn't horrible at all, but I would not do it if you want a really professional look. Okay, and if I was really great, I would make sure that I had a heat gun on me, which I don't have at the moment, and I would pop any bubbles, but I don't see any bubbles on either one of them, so they look pretty good. All right, it was a $3 cup with some glitter. So we do have a lot of our chunkies still in stock. Fine sells out pretty often, so we're always trying to restock the fine, which if there's any sold out, it should be restocked pretty soon. But We have chunkies available on shopauntitay.com. Again, you get 20% off if you're a member. And we have some new fun things coming out soon that members know about. And you guys have access to my calendar and all the fun things on it. Everything is on auntietay.com now. So nothing, you don't have to go to Patreon. You don't have to go to, you don't have to get a password on a different website and go to a new website. All that cool stuff. So you basically will get your password on that page, and you use that password to shop on shopauntitay.com, and you also use it to download your SVGs. The SVGs are for sale to the public, and you add them all to your cart, and you use your coupon code up to $100. It zeroes it out, and you can use that as many times as you want, and you can download all the SVGs. But we come out with new SVGs all the time, so being a member is going to be super fun for you guys. And we have so many cool things up our sleeves. The more members we get, the more we can basically do and have more content for you guys too. All right, you guys like this? You want me to go live more often with cups? I've been excited for the cup series to start so that I can start doing lives with you guys too. I'm gonna gauge how my head feels now that I've used the Alumalite. And if this does not give me a headache, I can continue to do these in my craft room. I could open the window, but I don't want you guys to like hear the garbage truck and all that. So, okay, that's good. I think we're good for the day. So I won't go live for a whole hour on Wednesdays either, just because it's not a Tuesday hangout. Tuesdays I will be live for an hour with the members, just hanging out and chatting. Like yesterday, I was pretty much rolled out of bed and did my live with you guys, but it was good. Okay, I see one spot. Some of the chunky is like not fully covered on some of these, but I think it'll be okay because we are going to put a vinyl, and then we're going to do another layer of epoxy on this too. So that's going to be fun. I think I'll just go live as much as I can while I'm doing these so you guys can learn. But it's pretty cool if you ask me. You can be mesmerized too for a lot. And then I did notice, so you know how at Disneyland, and you can do this anywhere, but they have those things that if you stare at them long enough and they spin, you look at something and it looks like it's moving. Yesterday, my glitter was like moving, and I was like, am I breathing in too much epoxy, or I'm just staring at something spinning for so long so that things start to look like they're moving. Look how pretty this is, though. I kind of just want to like roll a cup in it because it's all like magical on my mat. I don't know, you guys can't see it, but I can, and it looks really pretty. This blue, though, we're going to need to do another cup with, where'd it go? Keep swimming. This is pretty. I'm looking at it mixed with Kitty, and it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right. Following, I missed it yesterday. Well, you can still watch it too. It's still on the members page. So if you want to see that video and you're a member, you can rewatch it too. It'll be on the members only live tab. So under members, there's like the Craft Day creators, which is our $8 tier, and then there's the business members, which is our $13 tier, and then there's some other pages that you'll have access to depending on what membership you're a part of. So like there's business printables, which you will only have access if you're a business member, and then there is the member only videos, which is for the for everybody, but then there's the business member videos that are only for business members. So all that stuff is under there. Add green. Oh, green. You know what? I don't have much green. Maybe on the second layer. How about I do the second layer and I do something cool with green? Or I could do her decal in green. Yeah, she needs like, she needs, ooh, let's just do it. She needs this green. Because this is the color of her like flames. This is pixie dust. All right, we're gonna do it. If I ruin it, it's your fault. Whoever said add green. Let's do it. This is a brand new bottle, so it has a lid. No, I need you to come. No, it's not a brand new bottle. I just haven't taken this out. I need you to come out. Come out. I need something thinner. Something thinner. So much for not going live for an hour, huh? Okay. So if that gets stuck in there, a weeding tool helps you get it out. Okay, the fine scares me though because it covers really well. Should I add it? Should I do it like, ooh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it like kind of how I did this, where it's random, and then if it's too much, I will cover it with something else. I don't know. We're going to experiment. So I want it to come out very slowly in different random areas. I don't know. It covers just so dang good. You don't want it to be like a blob of green. I don't know. It's kind of cool. What if I do circles instead of lines? Circle, circle. So much for no blob of green. Okay. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead and have some green. Kind of looks like fire flames, right? And then I'm going to go over it with some chunky Cheshire. Cheshire is clear. It's holographic clear, which kind of picks up the colors underneath it, I noticed. So if you do it over that green, it'll give you kind of like a green holographic rather than a white holographic. But I want to cover a white tumbler with this because it's amazingly beautiful on its own without color behind it. So, okay, so I'm going to go in and just cover the rest with Cheshire. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm glad we did it. Okay, there's green. I will photograph this so you guys can see a good shot of this too. And then we have to do one more layer of epoxy after this is dry. Okay, I added green. Don't tell me to add anything else because I'm going to be done. I'll ruin it. Okay, that is it. You guys are far away today, so